What's up everybody, this is Fish Tank, and today we're basically going to talk about a care guide on blue devil damselfish. But first of all, I want to start this episode by saying my dotty bag has died. I don't know why he died. He didn't have any problems with territory or something like that, but I think he was pretty old actually, because he was rather big when I got him. But you know, I don't really think there was anything wrong, but all of the other fish are doing very well. He died a couple of days ago, and it was really sad because he was one of my favorite fish. But I don't think he really had any problems. I just think he died, you know, mainly because that he was pretty old, and that was also a reason why he was getting so aggressive in the last couple of weeks in his life. But yeah, so let's talk about the blue devil damselfish, which is this guy right here. Blue devil damselfish are a very hardy species of fish, which is very common to damselfish. Damselfish are very hardy just in general, and especially these types of damselfish. They have a really bright blue color that is kind of dark blue. It looks really good, and they really give a lot of activity to your tank as well, because they swim around like crazy. But a problem with these guys is that they're really aggressive, and they will actually kill a lot of other fish because of territory, and this is why you should have a perfect tank for them, but also that you should not add peaceful fish with them, because they might actually just kill them right away. So let's just talk about tank mates. So damselfish, the blue devil damselfish usually wants you know, aggressive tank mates, because aggressive tank mates can defend themselves. And they can really just nip back at him if he actually nips at them. So you will kind of get a more balance between the aggression in your tank, which is very important, of course. A really cool thing about this fish that you have to notice is that they actually have these black markings around their eyes, which actually makes them look, well, it looks like eyebrows, and it looks like they're really angry. And they have a spot at the back of their top fin, which is really cool. But anyway, they are very aggressive, so make sure to get hardy and aggressive fish together with them to make sure that the aggression will be spread out. As well as that, you should make sure that you feed them the right stuff. You know, they're carnivores and they only really eat meat, so you gotta feed them some mice shrimp, some meaty pellets. I really recommend Fauna Marin. That is a really good brand. They really love it, and you know, they also really like a very open aquascape. As you can see in my tank, I got a lot of rocks in the middle and in the back, and out here in the front it's actually very open, and as well in the top. So he has a lot of swimming space where he can swim around and just chill and do whatever he wants, which is basically very important for you know, damselfish in general. So you gotta make sure that they actually have open swimming space, also so that they actually can develop a territory. As well as that, you should make sure that you don't have bigger fish that might eat them, of course, because that's just, you know, common sense. But that actually happens sometimes. Also, some fish just think they're really annoying and will sometimes nip them, you know, to death. But you know, that's just how it is. They're really cheap actually. They're not very expensive, so you can get them very easily as well. They're really easy to get. Almost every common fish store has them, so you can just buy them wherever you want. They're really easy to find. But make sure that you get a healthy one that isn't inbred or anything like that, because there are some inbred damsels out there, I've heard. Yeah, so damselfish are a really good choice. What I was talking about earlier, that they're very hardy, that is very important. They're extremely hardy, like it's crazy. They can tolerate pretty much anything. Like the water parameters is like, they can just tolerate everything. It's insane. Some people even cycle their tanks with them, which is just completely insane, and you shouldn't do that, but it's actually possible to do that. I would not recommend doing it though, nobody would, but you know. You know, actually this guy is not very high in my hierarchy in my tank. As you can see, my biggest claggy clownfish is the top of the hierarchy right now, this female right here. and she chases everybody that gets near her. He has actually gotten really, really big. Just look at her. Look at her. She's just gigantic. Look at that. She's really, really beautiful. I really like this fish. She's definitely one that I really like, and I can't wait to see her get bigger at some point. Really big and fat clownfish just looks really awesome. I don't know why, I just love big fish. And they have a really awesome form as well. Anyway, let's talk about damselfish again. So there's not really a lot more to talk about with damselfish, because you know they're very hardy, they're very easy to keep, but they're very aggressive. And the reason this guy is called blue devil damselfish is because you know the devil, they are truly devils. They're really, really aggressive, and especially this blue kind. You can get the yellowtail damselfish and they won't be as aggressive as these guys. But these guys are just really, really, you know, aggressive, so you gotta take that into consideration. They're considered one of the most aggressive small reef fish out there. So, but I haven't really had a lot of problems with this guy. I gotta admit that I haven't really had any sort of problems with him. He does sometimes chase my wrasse, but that's really all he does. He never does it though. It's only a little bit, so that's kind of cool. But you know, I'm really happy that I got this fish, because I needed that fish that was more out in the open, and had a lot of blue coloration, because I don't really have any blue coloration in this tank, and he really just pops out. So that's awesome. For the breeding of these guys, I don't really know a lot about the breeding with these guys, but I actually think it's pretty hard to mix these fish together in bigger schools, since they are so aggressive. But I know that you can do that with yellowtail damsels and other damselfish. But yeah, you gotta remember, just feed them some awesome food, because they'll just get incredible coloration. It's just insane. So get really good food, and they'll be really, really happy, and you know, very healthy, and they will live actually pretty long. So that is kind of cool. For the cost of these fish, as I said, they're not very expensive. I think they only cost them here in Denmark. Let me just see what that is in dollars. It is about probably $10 or $15. I bought this guy from $10 or $15, in between that range at least. You know, they're very, very, very cheap compared to other fish, and they're very hardy compared to other fish as well, and they're very, very easy to get. So yeah, get one of these guys. If you got an aggressive tank, a semi-aggressive tank, just look, my clownfish often chases him because he just hates him. But you know, if you have a semi-aggressive tank, get one of these guys, because their coloration is just fantastic, and they're really, really cool fish. So yeah, that is basically all I have to say about the blue devil damselfish. If you like this video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. So yeah, see you guys in another video.